Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Speaker, honorable participants, ladies and gentlemen, brother and sister, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. So thank you for the opportunity for us to deliver the last work. The title is Designing an Intelligent Enterprise Resource Planning or ERP. Halal authentication. I have three supervisors, Professor Taufik Jatna, Yandra Kemal, and Professor Kaswar Samsu. I'm very Sudaindrawan from Indonesia. Next slide. I can do it from here. Alright, that's me, and I'm lucky because Dr. Vicenzo already mentioned about blockchain. So I'm from IPB University, and I'm joining also a research group named BRAIN, Blockchain, Robotic and Artificial Intelligence Networks. So my topic today is on how to use the artificial intelligence in the ERP system that we currently have. So just to make us in the same level of perception, ERP, what is ERP? It's a combination of series of integrated software module. The keyword is a single database and real time. So you see there, it works efficiently and effectively through the re-engineering and automating its business process, data sharing procedure, so everybody will be seeing the same data, as well as access within the environment, again, real time. Next one, halal authentication. So we talk about certification, accreditation, and so on and so forth. Let's talk about authentication. What is authentication? That's the process of verify and certify the product or service in terms of compliance with the Sharia, so that whether we allow to consume it or to use it or not. And the next one, the halal authentication process ensure that the product or process, I repeat once again, product or process has been produced, processed, as well as presented in accordance with Islamic law Sharia, including, we have from previous speaker, composition, properties, varietal, purity, origin, country of origin, as well as technology or production method. The previous speaker also talked about the packaging. So therefore we need a series appropriate methods needed to obtain accurate and reliable results in the process of monitoring and controlling the halal authentication of ingredients of product or food. So the simple way is halal authentication is to authenticate our product that able to automatically deliver the information recommendation whether it's halal or not halal. So came to the systematic literature review. I'm going to make it quick here. We use a keyword of ERP, halal authentication, halal food supply chain, as what Dr. Vicenzo also mentioned previously. Halal integrity, we have 193 papers. But when we come up with the Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4 paper is 23, and all the topic available as presented on the screen. So we found that from the systematic literature review, the halal authentication consists of 6 steps, which is the halal labeling, halal certification checking, physical inspection, tracking. We name it as an administrative authentication. The next one is the laboratorium testing. We call it physical authentication because you send sample to laboratory. And the last one is during the production process. We need to do or to conduct both, which is the administrative and physical authentication. So the ERP halal authentication itself, it has 2 goals, which is the conduct 6 halal authentication step automatically, and the second one is to ensure that we record all the result and the process and outcome into the ERP system, as what the blockchain also concept, the 3T, trust, transparent, and traceable. So the difference with the ERP, the intelligent ERP authentication, halal authentication, is we have the third one, which is the intelligent ERP halal authentication has a capability in executing the decision-making process based on the data analytics. So this where the artificial intelligence come into the play. This is the ERP existing one. I believe many of you are already familiar with. We focus only on 2 things, which is quality and quantity. Once you have both, clear, you can proceed. But ERP halal authentication, it has one very important factor, which is the halal integrity. So, ERP, only quality and quantity. ERP, halal authentication, it has quality, quantity, as well as halal integrity. So, we use one of the largest imported state-owned government enterprise in Indonesia, which basically import meat product from Australia, New Zealand, Brazil, and any other countries. And this is the full process. I'm not going to detail on that one, starting from import, custom clearance, and so on and so forth. So the interesting part is the halal authentication happen these days in these factories and several other factories in Indonesia or companies in Indonesia. The authentication execute based on manual. What I'm referring to manual, by using the person responsible to check the document one by one. So we have a halal certificate, we have health certificate, country of origin, what is that? What else? Packing list, commercial invoice, and ensure that all information available on the document is appropriate or in accordance to the what we purchase. And the next concern is most of us didn't do the physical authentication, which is we didn't do the laboratory testing. So the research gap, we do it manually on all the documents. So if you know, we all know that manual means tampering, falsification, human error, and so on and so forth. No integrated. The result we correct not in ERP. So when it comes problem, there is no traceability. And the last one is no data analytic. Decision making based on what we do, which is manual. So we do this process, which is the model-based system engineering. We went to functional architecture, conceptual, logical, and physical architecture. I'm going to make it quick on this one. We've already completed. We identified the business process, what we are going to do with the next of the design one. We have also the functional and non-functional requirement, as well as to identify what are the new one. I'm putting in bold and in the green here, as well as the non-functional requirement like the response time of the system and so on and so forth. And this also the scheme, like for example, in this purchase. So what we offer is, what we do is to make sure that we can only purchase into a specific supplier or vendor, which is certified already. And this is not a static data, this is dynamic data, meaning let's AI to make it upgrade the data from time to time. The next one is for the inventory. So the inventory only be able to, for example, to be received and stored in a particular warehouse, which is the halal warehouse. It's not able to also be mixed during the transportation because it has specific transportation mode and so on and so forth. System will help us on that one. So this all attribute as okay, and then the logical, we have the use case, we have the data flow diagram and so on and so forth. And here we go. This is the physical architecture. So what the system gave us, on the purchase order maintenance, for example, when we are going to create a new purchase order to our supplier or vendor, again, system will tell us, hey, you only be able to purchase from this particular specific vendor, only. The next one, for the vendor, will also be giving us the clear barcode and or QR code that consists of all the critical information, as well as the inventory. We can only store, transport, and so on and so forth in the assigned location. And the last part is on the ERP, the intelligent part is on the data analytics. So what I'm referring to here, out of those 9 documents, the halal certificate, health certificate, country of origin, and so on and so forth, there are, of course, 3 key information, 3 key particular data that we need to incorporate in our system. So we put all of them in the system. So we let our vendor to do it for us. Again, is this an additional activity for vendor? The answer is yes. But we come up, when we are evaluating the benefit, it's huge because it will help both of us, vendor and us in Indonesia. So we ask the vendor to put the halal certificate number, product, production plan, and so on and so forth, all the critical information. So this is where the data classification came from. When the system receive the product during the custom clearance, then what we do is only like scan the document, the barcode or the QR code, and we'll have information, whether all the information is correct or not, and then the system through the AI will be able to tell us, we have a problem with the mismatch and so on and so forth. That's the administrative authentication. And the physical authentication through the laboratory and the combination of both physical and administrative in the production, this is the global scheme, which is we have laboratory testing usually out of the factory, different area or even different cities. So that's why we use the cloud computing to be able to incorporate the data that we gather from the vendor, from us, as well as from the laboratory testing. And we process it with the BMS, SQL, and then the ERP will be able to immediately tell us whether the product is halal or not halal based on those information. So, are we talking about investment here? The answer is no. Because why? I'm not trying to promote a brand, but there is an Odoo ERP system. This is a free, open source. We can download it, everybody can has it. And in Indonesia, there are many also small, medium, micro enterprise that currently we are pushing them to use to be able to make sure that the whole halal ecosystem in Indonesia will be integrated under one system. And again, this is not an additional investment. So, to conclude my presentation, the intelligent ERP halal authentication talk about automatic versus manual currently, integrated, which is the currently not integrated, as well as it use what we call as a business analytics in comparison with data analytics during the decision-making process. And we are hoping that our work here in Indonesia able to be also shared and implemented globally, because again we are pursuing or we are moving to one direction, which is global halal ecosystem. Thank you. That's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.